Welcome to the broadcast. The Under-17 national team of Somalia has turned host Ethiopia on day one of the Total Energies Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers in Addis Ababa. The team has been congratulated by the federal government and urged to put the same efforts in the coming matches to book a place in Algeria next year.
The Somali Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs has congratulated Somalia's Under-17 national team for their win against Ethiopia on Monday. The Somali Under-17 national team won against their host at Bebekile Stadium in Addis Ababa. The annual tournament started on Saturday, October 1st and runs to October the 14th. The Somali Under-17 national team are targeting a top 2 finish in the annual competition to seal their place in the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. The team has been training for the competition, hoping to topple their competitors and win the competition. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Mohamed Barre, congratulated the national team and asked them to keep the momentum and return the trophy to Mogadishu.
عندي كنا وقول تاريخي وقول أداء وفرحين شعبك الصوماليات جود أهان ميلو بيجوان ضل يدبت حول.
Our national team has done a fantastic job. We expect you will do better in the coming games. We wish you well and expect to receive you at the airport as the champions of the CECAFA 2022 tournament.
Abdihafid Abdi netted the lone goal in the 12th minute to ensure Somalia picked maximum points in the Group A match. The Somali team started the match with a lot of dominance before they netted the goal. Somalia is pooled with rivals Ethiopia, South Sudan and Tanzania in Group A, while Uganda are in Group B alongside Djibouti, Sudan and Burundi. Uganda are the defending champions after lifting the trophy in 2020 in Rwanda. The best 2 teams from each group will qualify for the semi-finals. The winners and the runners-up will qualify to represent the region in the Under-17 AFCON 2023 in Algeria.
Newly recruited police officers for the Jubaland administration have concluded their training and are ready to serve in police stations across the state. The officers were trained by officers from the AU mission in Somalia, which is tasked with supporting the Somali police force. A total of 150 police personnel in Jubaland state of Somalia have graduated following 3 months of basic recruit training conducted by the African Union Transmission Mission in Somalia, ATMIS. The personnel were part of the 5th batch of recruits to complete training designed to strengthen the Somali Police Force, SPF, and facilitate the transfer of security responsibilities from ATMIS to the Somali National Security Forces. In her remarks during the pass-out ceremony on Thursday, the acting special representative of the chairperson of the African Union Commission for Somalia, Ms. Fiona Lawton, advised the personnel on the task ahead to protect and serve the community.
I urge you to take seriously all that you have been taught in the past 3 months. Remember that policing is a challenging profession. Do not forget to uphold the rules of professionalism.
Ms. Lawton noted that the ATMIS police component provided administrative support and instructors to conduct the training. Additionally, the training was preceded by the training of the recruitment team and screening the recruits. The training was supported under the Joint Police Program and covered a variety of topics that included human rights, gender, policing professional standards, public order management, and crime scene investigation. The ATMIS Police Chief of Staff, Commissioner of Police Rex Dundun, said the police recruitment and training was in fulfillment of the UN Secretary Council resolution.
We live in Somalia by December 2024. And if ATMIS is leaving by December 2024, that means Somalia security forces, including Somalia police, both at Mogadishu and the federal member states, should have enough policemen on ground to take over internal security of Somalia.
According to Jubaland Vice President Mohamed Siad Adan, the trainees will be deployed to help secure communities within Jubaland state of Somalia. He also thanked ATMIS and other partners for supporting the police training program.
samirka bini aadamka ayuu guusha ku gaaraa samra xaalad kastood ku sugan tihiin.
As newly recruited police personnel, I urge you to stand for the protection of the community. Policing is a difficult job, and you must be patient and alert to the prevailing threats and maintain peace as well as stability.
The Somali National Army SNA Commander in Jubaland, General Abdo Mohamed Sahal, as well as ATMIS and Jubaland administration officials attended the ceremony. Following Monday's triple bomb attacks in Beledweyne, traders in the town are devastated by the damage of their property and infrastructure. The attack had led to the death of about 20 people. Most victims with severe injuries have been airlifted to Mogadishu for treatment. This is Beledweyne, the administrative capital of Hiran region, after triple car bomb attacks targeting the headquarters of the administration, killing 30 people and injuring many others. All adjacent areas have been heavily damaged by the car bombs. The first car bomb struck the gate of Lamagalai, while another lorry loaded with explosive gained entry inside the compound, exploding right at the center. A third car loaded with explosives targeted fast responders at the scene, making the attack one of the deadliest in the town. Traders who spoke to Dalsan TV said they have lost millions as a result of the bomb explosion. Their properties were heavily damaged by the third explosion that was conducted in the evening. Abdisalam Umar, one of the traders of the Beledweyne cloth market, said there was little they could salvage from their shops following the explosion. Abdisalam said he lost 60% of his property following the explosion in Iran.
We are alive, but our businesses has been damaged. There were over 22 shops here. Not even one is still intact. They have all been destroyed. The smallest shop here had 6,000. The smallest shop here had $6,000 of products. All other shops had more than that. And all of that is now lost.
Over 20 people, including senior regional officials Zakaria Mohammed, the State Minister for Health, and Deputy Governor for Hiran Region Abu Bakr Madey, were killed in the triple car bombings claimed by the Islamic group Al-Shabaab in central Somalia on Monday. Sharmaki Hassan Ghane, a member of parliament serving the Hirshabelle Regional Assembly, has called on the police to take action against elements who want to destroy the stability of the town. Mr. Sharmake urged the police leaders to resign if they cannot stop the militant from lodging attacks against civilians and other soft spots.
suurtagal maaha in maalin walba magaalada la qarxiyo dad lagu dilo cid loo soo xiray ama loo soo maxkamadeeyay aysan jirin.
It is not possible for explosions and killings to be happening in the town with no one being arrested for their actions. There is no one who has ever been taken to court for their crimes. If no one is arrested for this heinous act, the head of the police and the military must resign.
The attacks follow a push by Somalia's government to increase targeted offensive attacks against the Al-Qaeda-linked militants, with the Somali government announcing the killing of a top Al-Shabaab operative on Monday. Abdullahi Yare, who had a $3 million bounty on his head, was killed in a joint airstrike on Saturday by the Somali Army and the U.S. Africa Command. A co-founder of Al-Shabaab, Yare was believed to be next in line to take over the leadership of the movement from its ailing chief Ahmed Diriye, according to the ministry. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has vowed an all-out war on the militants after a string of deadly attacks in many parts of the country. The capital of Hiran region, Beledweyne, lies about 300 kilometers, 200 miles north of Mogadishu. The U.S. has confirmed that an airstrike in Jubaland killed an Al-Shabaab militant leader on Saturday in coordination with the Somali government. The U.S. Africa Command, in a statement, said the initial assessment of the strike was that an Al-Shabaab militant leader had been killed and there were no civilian casualties.
The US has claimed responsibility for an airstrike in Somalia that killed senior leader of the militant group Al-Shabaab. The US Africa Command said in coordination with the federal government of Somalia, it conducted an airstrike against the Al-Shabaab militant network in Somalia on October 1st. The strike occurred near Jilib, about 370 kilometers southwest of Mogadishu, said AFRICOM. According to the Somali government, which was first to confirm the airstrike, Abdullahi Nadir, who was killed in the airstrike, was next in line for the leadership of the Islamist militant group which wants to topple Somalia's central government. The Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism said Abdullahi, who was one of the co-founders of the Al-Shabaab terror group and had a $3 million bounty on his head, was accompanied by the son of the Sheikh Hassan Dahir Awais. The targeted official was the head of preacher of the group and one of the most notorious members of the Al-Shabaab group. He previously once served as the personal assistant to former Al-Shabaab group Ahmed Godani. He is believed to have joined the group around 2004 and has since been an active member of the network. AFRICOM, in a statement following the drone attack, said initial assessment indicated that the airstrike killed an Al-Shabaab leader and that no civilians were injured or killed. Africa Command said alongside its partners it will continue to take action to prevent this group from planning and conducting airstrikes on civilians. The US Africa Command has reassured Somalia of its support for Somali armed forces in their quest to secure the country. Last month, at the request of the federal government of Somalia, US Africa Command conducted an airstrike against Al-Shabaab who were targeting Somali National Army forces near Bulobwarde. The airstrike have been helpful in the fight against the insurgent group, which was about 7,000 armed men fighting for their cause. The group has carried out numerous attacks, including Monday's triple car bomb attacks targeting the headquarters of the Iran Regional Administration.
Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned that the world is in a life-or-death struggle for survival as climate chaos gallops ahead and accused the world's 20 wealthiest countries of failing to do enough to stop the planet from overheating.
A third of Pakistan flooded. Europe's hottest summer in 500 years. The Philippines hammered. The whole of Cuba in blackout. And here in the United States, Hurricane Ian has delivered a brutal reminder that no country and no economy is immune from
the UN chief said emissions of global warming greenhouse gases are at an all-time high and called on rich developed countries that emitted most of the heat-trapping cases to be responsible and support emerging economies that often feel its worst effects.
The collective commitments of G20 governments are coming far too little and far too late. The actions of the wealthiest developed and emerging economies simply don't add up. Taken together, current pledges and policies are shutting the door on our chance to limit global temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius.
And those are some of our top stories for this hour. This is Dalsan TV English broadcast with me, Hibak Ahmed. Till we meet again, enjoy the rest of your viewing.